Welcome back to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Murrell. This week's special guest is Kez The Guru, a polarising figure who's made waves online with his investments advice and sharp business acumen. Kez shares how he first got started hustling by selling things at school, what inspired his entrepreneurial journey, and the highs and lows of building a personal brand online. This episode is packed with valuable insights and untold stories. Thanks for listening and watching this episode.
£700 a month, you got pool, gym, sauna, everything. You can buy them 0% deposit, no credit check, no mortgage, and pay monthly over like 3 years. It's like I have someone in my head that argues with me, innit? I live like I'm broke. I am broke.
Welcome to the Good, the Bad, the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Murrell, and this week's special guest is Kez The Guru. Really looking forward to Kez sharing the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly with us. How are we, mate?
Good, I'm good.
Listen, thanks very much for coming down from Manchester. Reached out to you a couple of months ago while I was away on holiday, and you replied straight away and said I'd love to come on. We've just been snowed under with guests, and I know you've made the short journey down the M62.
Yeah, it's not far at all.
No, it's right, mate. Thanks very much. But just want to start, mate, where you're from, where you grew up, family life and school life was like.
So, from Manchester, Greater Manchester, Hyde originally, has a little estate in Hyde, just a little council estate. Like a lot of people, really, just an ordinary fella, really.
Yeah. Brothers and sisters and that?
One brother, one sister, dad's side, brother, mum's side.
Yeah. Was it fun and games growing up as a kid, and like, you know, with your siblings fighting and stuff like that, and typical kids,
yeah,
brothers and sisters?
Like, you know, me and my brother used to go to wars, like when we was kids, like most brothers doing it, but obviously we've grown up now. We have taken different paths, so
yeah.
So he likes to, you know, the stability of a normal job and stuff like that. We're just two different people.
Yeah. You find that though with brothers and sisters and stuff like that, where, you know, you think you're going to go on one path and you go on another path, and you say like a normal job, and with yours.
Not that any of us are right or wrong.
Yeah.
You know, we need people like what my brother does for his job.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So what was school like for you growing up?
So school life for me, I was naughty, like
mischievous,
just like a class clown. Looking back, I was a bit of a knobhead. Looking back,
like us all, like.
But it makes sense now though, because I got diagnosed with ADHD like 4 or 5 months ago. Like a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I've got this." I actually got diagnosed. It's on fucking paper. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of made sense why I didn't want to sit down in school and I couldn't focus. And
you were active and stuff.
Yeah. Like it was just boring. Like I just couldn't focus on it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, you know, I think it's like comes about now where it comes to like they've got like ADHD or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? It's just like something that, where like people say, oh, you're always on the go, or you're always fucking hypo or whatever. As a kid, you don't understand that.
To be honest, I didn't believe in ADHD at all. I was like, oh yeah, that's just what they label naughty kids. But as obviously I've got older, and obviously like my missus was like, you do some mad shit, do you know what I mean? So it's like, so this is funny, yeah. I don't know, maybe I just find it funny, you might not find it funny, but to know in the car, yeah, I do this, yeah. And she says, why do you do that? And I say, because it sounds like horses running. Like, and that's why I do it, because it just sounds good, like therapeutic.
Yeah.
And then obviously she's like, yeah, you're fucked, you. And I'm like, I know innit, like I know. What I do.
Women have got away with words, haven't they?
I do some mad stuff, but it kind of all makes sense, and it all ties together of why I couldn't focus in school. And to be honest, it kind of failed me, to be honest, and then told me I'd never achieve out when I'm older. Bit backwards.
But you know what? That's a thing that a lot of people like who we've had on the podcast have come, you know, we've come across, and there's no better achievement when you like people like yourself and other guests we've had on who've been like knocked down where they go, you're not going to do this, or you're not going to do that, and you fucking prove them wrong, you know what I mean?
For me, that's the only reason I probably have though.
Was that like the burning desire to do that?
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, fuck you, watch this, you know what I mean?
Prove them wrong.
Like, that is literally the only reason. I probably would have just been a 9-to-5 worker or whatever if I didn't have someone say, you can't do this, because then it just makes me want to prove them wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like, my missus is sometimes the same with me, when she goes, what do you do? Oh, you'll never do that now, or I go, I fucking will. And you know, like, I'm determined to, if I'm gonna
I like proving people wrong.
Yeah, I do. If I'm all in, if I say I'm going to do something, like basically going, if I'm going to put an event on, or I'm I put my mind to it, or I'm all in or nothing. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like in my head, it's like I have someone in my head that argues with me, innit? Yeah, that's the only way I can explain it. So it's like if I say I'm gonna do this, and if I don't do it, it's like there's someone in my head going, "You fucking idiot! You said you was gonna do it, and you ain't. Look at you." Do you know what I mean? And then it makes me want to do it.
Maybe do you think that maybe that's why you're successful about what you've been doing and stuff? Maybe that's that little thing in you.
A bit of everything.
Yeah,
like so many different things, like hundreds of things, like the obstacles as I was being brought up, like again, without saying names on a podcast, I was around drug users as a kid.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be like them. Like, it's hard to tell you a story without dropping the person in it, but I'll try my best in it.
Yeah, listen.
So I'd be staying over at somebody's house.
Yeah.
And because their girlfriend is bad on the Charlie.
Yeah, but on the Charlie.
Yeah, they'll end up arguing.
Fucking murder.
And then I'm having to get out of bed at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning at about 5 years old, walking home. Now, I'm probably like 5, 6, 7, and I'm young.
But you can remember all this, though.
I can remember that. So, and I know what causes that. It's the drugs and the alcohol. So why would I ever want to abuse drugs and alcohol myself?
Or get involved in that? And listen, mate, that's it.
So
it's sort of like trauma, isn't it? That you've sort of like you've come across it.
Like trauma where I need
I get that.
I need,
but you remember it. And you go, why do I want to put myself in a position if it does that? Do you know?
Yeah.
And I get that, because I was the same. You know, I remember thinking, fucking hell, when family, like, you could see it, and I think, some of my family were on the gear, like on the brown and that, and I was like, I loved them because they've been family.
Yeah.
But then for me, I could see what it does, and I was like, why the fuck would anybody want to take that?
I've got drug use in my family now, so it's mad because people see me on social media. Social media is not real, and how I mean, like, what I post genuine stuff. It's real, but they don't see the ordinary things of life I go through where
behind closed doors.
Yeah, where I've got family that are drug users, and I have tried to help them, and it don't go that way, and because I'm just an ordinary person. I'm not a celebrity.
You know, but you've done well. Listen, mate, you've done well for yourself, and that's why we wanted to get you on, and I know how it all come about, and it's getting to know exactly how you've got to where you're at now, and you've still got a lot more to give. But like, going back to you saying family and stuff, and that's why it probably put you off like drugs and drink and stuff, which is a good mindset to have. But obviously you've had stuff go on where you've witnessed stuff and you thought that's probably to do with that.
But no kid at like 5, 6, 7 should have to be walking home at 4 o'clock in the morning.
No, mate.
You know what I mean?
No.
And to be fair, like, you probably, like, the audience is probably thinking, well, whoever it was, why didn't they just get a taxi or whatever? And I don't know them questions. Do you know what I mean? I just know as a kid, sometimes I'd stay somewhere.
People's circumstances as well, do you know what I mean?
I don't remember them parts. I just remember having to walk home at daft o'clock in the morning,
and it's fucking...
because XYZ had an argument with XYZ wherever I was staying.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be like that.
Well, that's a good thing to have. Do you know what I mean? But going back to school and that, Kez, was it like
was kicked out and that.
You know, was just getting. But where did it all start for you? With all like the sweets and stuff like that, and the Pokemon and all that stuff.
I don't really know how it started. I don't really remember that far back, but I remember I had a friend that went to that school, and there probably other kids that were selling sweets as well. Do you know what I mean?
Lucasades and all that stuff.
It's not like everyone's done it. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone has
done it, but I had a friend that got kicked out of my school that I originally went to, and he had a locker key. So whilst everyone's going in, getting their bags searched and that, like the known people that are just known for like selling Lucasades and that, he was like, I've still got a key for the locker there, just give me 20 quid. So I give him 20 quid, and I had a locker, so I could put all my stuff in the locker. So my bag didn't get searched as much. Obviously, there's a few times where... when they caught me and I got sent home and they confiscated.
It's mad, isn't it?
They went straight to the staff room to be drank. Like pure Lucasades and that. And I remember when I got them, whistles took off me as well.
So them whistles you were talking about?
Yeah.
What were they for, like?
So they was just lollies, with like whistles on them. So all the kids was just selling them. I was selling them, but all the kids were just using them and just pissing off the teachers. And there's like these like little foil pouches that you press as well.
And they made a bang.
Yeah, and they make they're not massive.
But it's still
but I got sent home for them as well because people was doing them and then chucking them in the bins when they're meant to be sharpening the pencil or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously I got in trouble for it
because you were selling them to them.
Yeah.
What was the score with the Pokemon, like the DSs and all
So
that?
with that, and on the other podcast, I went, oh yeah, I just got a save data off YouTube. So what I did before people go, oh yeah, it never happened. I got a save data off YouTube, and how I mean by that is I watched a tutorial on YouTube. You do a homebrew exploit on at the time when I did it, I think it would have been the 3DS, which you could do a browser exploit, which is now patched. So it can't be done now, but it could be done back then.
Yeah.
That can be seen on Google, like it can be done. He was capable of doing it. And then all it is, it's just a .sav file. So when I say from YouTube, it was a download link in the description that you just drop over
drag
to
and
it.
drop and all that.
Yeah. So basically, it's just someone else's gameplay. So there's a bunch of kids in school that played it. I was there always trading the Pokemon. I've gone home, put a .sav file onto my DS. Gone in school the next day, and all mine are like level 100 that I can transfer to him. So I'm charging like £5.
Charging them,
yeah. So obviously, it's probably coming home with like 20 quid, 30 quid, stuff like that. But that was a good little hustle for my age. You know what I mean?
But from an early age, you must have selling Lucasades and stuff. You must have knew. This is what I want.
It sounds good, but it was also bad because to be able to do that, like to be able to buy the Lucasades and stuff like that, what I used to do is I used to save my dinner money, right? So I didn't eat in school, surprisingly.
So your mum would be sending you with fucking money for school.
Yeah, and obviously I'd just be trying to flip it. Mum's giving me money, I'm flipping the money. It's not a bad thing, but it is, because as a kid you should be eating, innit?
But you know what though, a lot of kids when we were younger used to do that, but they used to save the money for ale on a Friday when we'd all go and meet up. So
I was a good kid, me, I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah, but
I was a good kid.
But you'd what's the name? So you go without food because you knew on a Friday you were going to get pissed with like bottles of cider or bottles of cans of
sell my dinner token as well. So your dinner token was probably, I don't remember fully, but it might be worth like £3. You got to think, if we're talking like flipping 18 years ago or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it might have been worth like £3, so you could sell it to other people for like £2.
Yeah.
Because obviously then they're buying it for £2. They've got £3 and they can go spend it. So we'd always sell that, and I'll just be flipping all the time, just like flipping. And then I got these like little LED watches, like this LED watches, and so many. This is madness because so many. I explained it, and so many people was like, "Oh, chat shit." I've actually got a photo of me in school with like watches on my wrist that I was selling, looking like a lucky man in Tenerife. Swear to God. All on my wrist and that. Like, I actually have proof of everything I always say.
So you were just at it from an early age, and it was
I'll sell anything. If it makes money, I'll sell it.
So from an early age, really, that's what you wanted to do, wasn't it? So career-wise, like from school, was it?
I wouldn't really say I knew, like, I was just surviving, like.
Yeah.
I'd say that was it. Like, and it was just surviving. So obviously I didn't come from like a rich family out. So when I'm doing these flips and I'm making money, I'm just, in my eyes, I'm not doing it to try and make a career, or I'm young, I don't really know. I'm just doing it to survive, so I can go out and buy myself some new trainers or
tacky or a coat or something like that.
I'm just surviving, but then that surviving just turned into, you know what?
You were good at it though. Yeah.
We're gonna do something, and I never really sat down and thought. I never really think about anything when I start a new business. It's just like, I've got that idea, I'm going to do it, it's going to work, or it's not, and I'll start a new one. Like, that's how I've always done it. That's why so many people see me go do for multiple things. It's like, what the fuck do you do? And the answer is, I'll do anything. If it makes money, I'll do anything.
Yeah. But you could, like I said a couple of times,
as long as it don't require me doing hard labour, because I'm not built to be a brickie or something. Do you know what I mean?
Hard graft.
Yeah, hard graft. It's not for me. And no disrespect to anyone that's doing that. Like,
no, but that's, listen, you're just being honest. And look, at the end of the day, if you're good at spinning,
I'm good
things,
with my brain, not with my brain's good. My physical doing stuff is not. I'm good to tell people how to do something, but I'm not good to do it myself.
No, but that's it. It's one of those where, some people are good physically and
some are mentally.
Full on and that, where you're good with your mind and, putting, figures together and stuff like that.
Like,
so your first job was an admin job, wasn't it?
Yeah, admin. So it was, so obviously when I left school, I'm always getting kicked out, sent home, my mum was like, oh, you're never going to have a job. So again, it's like, yeah, watch this, innit? So it baffles my head how people say they can't get a job, yeah? From 2 weeks of like leaving school, I just applied, got a job. Like, I don't think, because I've had a few job interviews, I don't think I've ever not got a job for an interview I've got to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm a good speaker. I think I'm a likable person as well. So when I've gone to the interviews...
You just smashed it.
Yeah. Apart from one time. I did get the job though, funny enough, but she was not bad, I'm not going to lie. Right, she actually was. Right, so listen to this, yeah. Obviously, I was in sales, and my mate was working in the airport, and he was telling me how he gets a lot of tips, and the tips are the good when he counts his tips and that from like just helping people around the airport and that. So I was like, yeah, get me a job there then. So he got me an interview. I went to the interview. Sound.
Smashed
interview
it.
sweet. Like, what time can you get here? And I was like, listen, I said, I'm just a realist. Like, I don't need to pronounce it a nice way. I'll just tell you the truth. Like, just say it how it is. I said, listen, if the buses are running, I'm here. I don't really understand the bad thing in that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she turned round and she went, you don't tell us what to look at. And I'm just thinking, so I kind of just like shut up. I didn't say anything anyway. So I get home. She emails me. She's like, you got the job? I remember replying back, don't want the job, shut up your ass.
Did you know what I mean?
Swear down. Like, no way. Just the way she spoke to me, man. Like,
and you were just being honest with her? Because you wasn't driving at the time, obviously.
Yeah, I weren't driving at the time. Yeah, I was young, man. And like I was respectful. I was nice. And you clearly must have liked me in some way to offer me the job. Do you know what I mean?
But with the answer, you just being honest, saying, look, if the buses are
I just think it was rude. I just said, look, if there's buses available, I'll be here. And I don't think, well, it's your opinion, I can take constructive criticism.
No, but it's one of those, you're being on it. I mean, look,
I was just straight.
You were just straight with her. And look, if she didn't agree, she wouldn't offer you the fucking job. So, but it was one of them.
It just felt like...
Yeah.
Like, and I bet she was obviously the manager or whatever. And I bet she the way she spoke to me was if she was flipping on multi-millions a year or something.
Yeah. I think some people do get that power trip, don't they? And just...
Power trip or something. But I remember getting home and that's what I said. Something like, I don't want the job. Shut up your ass or something along them lines anyway.
Where did that lead you to?
She didn't reply.
Did you get a reply?
No, she didn't reply. I probably still got the email somewhere, to be fair, if I went on one of my old emails that I used to use.
No. But where did it go from there, job-wise?
So I think I stayed in the sales then. So I went from business admin, Converges, which is like O2 call centre. They've changed the name now. So it might have been there. I think it was there when I was trying to get the airport job, which technically I could have had if I wanted it. And then I went to arrange my funeral, which is like a call centre. What was I doing there? That was like lead gen or something.
Arrange my funeral?
Yeah, arranging funerals. Oh, it's depressing. Like,
and I'm not surprised.
One guy walked out, yeah. I remember.
So what did that entail? That job? What was the?
I was ringing people up and basically saying, "Have you got a funeral plan?" And if they're going no, not the script. We weren't trained. Obviously, we trained on a script, but you don't go on a script. You just know what to say, and then and obviously change it around and that.
You have your own way of doing it.
No, you meant to reply like something like, what would you do if you died tomorrow and your kids can't afford it? Like, that's so bad to be saying to people. That's what we had to say. Oh, it was depressing. We had some funny people though that would be like, oh, just bury me in the back garden. Like, you had some funny people on there. But one guy walked out because he said it's just depressing. And then I remember they lined us all up. After this guy walked out, they lined us all up. So we're thinking, what the fuck's going on here? And then I swear to God, yeah, they went, you're sacked, you're staying, you're sacked. Went like that in a line, and then went, nah, we're only joking, right? They went, we're going to the pub, which is kind of good, right? Not in the way they did it though. Why would you do that and shit everyone up? That probably got bills and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't have bills at the time. I lived with my gran. We've gone to the pub, and it's basically to talk about how the business could be made better. Because this guy's walked out because it's depressing, but everyone was just honest and said it is depressing. Like,
you're fucking ringing people up to see how your funeral plan and whatever you got in place.
It is. He was a pretty shit job, to be fair.
But from there, while you were in that job or whatever, is that when you started investing in Bitcoin and that was it?
before that, to be fair.
Was it? Yeah.
So when I first invested in Bitcoin, it was between the £200 and £300 mark.
What is? I mean, look, people who don't know what Bitcoin is,
Just a digital currency.
and how does it work and all that?
So it's on the blockchain. So people can mine it on like a graphics card, but it's a limited supply. So once all the Bitcoins have been mined, the
People have
price
got
is going
to
to go
invest,
up.
put money in
Yeah,
it.
yeah, because it's a limited supply. And obviously you get like the Bitcoin splits as well. But a lot of people, I have so many people on my Facebook, right? And they go, oh, yeah, I put money into crypto. It's bollocks and lost. Oh yeah, because you bought it and you sold it like 6 months later. You bought it because the taxi driver's telling you about it. Like, obviously, like it's up and down. It's a roller coaster. So if you buy something, wait 6 months and then sell it in a loss, that's your fault, innit? So you invest for a long term. If you look at the graph, Bitcoin's always gone up. It's always bounced back from its low point to its all-time high.
Did you have a good spin on it? Like, did you?
Yeah. I did well. But again, I also lost 10 Bitcoin one time. So when it's so hard to remember the exact years when we're thinking so long ago, but it was probably when I was about 18, 19.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of my exes at the time let their niece on my computer. And I said, don't go on the computer. I woke up the next morning, my Bitcoin's gone. So she hadn't obviously robbed my Bitcoin. She was a young girl. But whatever she's doing on my computer, fucking installed malware or something.
And it's fucking...
So I lost like 10 Bitcoin. But that was only like £3,000 back then, which was pretty much all my money.
Still £3,000 though.
Yeah, all my money. Obviously, you got to think, from working a normal job at that age, I've saved £3,000. That's pretty good for a normal job at 18-year-old. But obviously, I lost it all because of malware or something. And I think I started buying again when it was like £500 because I took a bit of a break. Just whilst I got like security decent, and then I got like a hardware wallet, Trezor wallet, stuff like that.
And does that secure it all and just like...
Yeah, because your Bitcoins are stored on them. And then when you send a transaction, you've got to confirm it on your hardware wallet as well. So it's like you can't really get hacked.
Yeah, that's so...
So that's when my cousin introduced me to that. That's when I started buying more of that.
Yeah. And what was the score with that? Was that Forex trading and all that? Was that...
So that was after. So after I started trading that, obviously I was working at the time, but what allowed me to do it, so obviously I lost a bit of money, like everyone that's done Forex trading's lost money before.
It doesn't just fucking happen.
Yeah, it's not, and I think that's why people go, when you see someone advertising it, like scam this, scam that, and it's because they think it's a get rich quick scheme, and it's not. You can lose money. I've lost fucking shitloads of money.
What's it like losing money like that though?
It depends when you've made money before, innit? If you've not, so like when I first started, I lost money pretty much straight away because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just pressing buy and pressing sell and just hoping for the best, just gambling. But then obviously then I did it again, made a bit of money, lost a bit of money, did it again. I was like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna proper learn this.
And then
studied it for a bit. So I did that, and then obviously I did. And then I started doing well with it. So every month I'm doing good. Now I'm buying RS6s, C63s.
So you were making decent, making decent.
Yeah, so when I did good, but I also lost a lot of money as well. Like, obviously you only post your good parts.
But I was about to say that.
Oh, to be fair, I have posted my losses as well. Yeah. I have posted my losses as well, but you don't, like, I don't know how to explain it. I have posted my losses. I have said, like, yo, I've been 40k down this month.
40 grand.
Yeah, I've lost 40 grand in a month before. I've lost way more than that. But that's the time I remember though. But I have lost more. Don't know when I'm talking about the time I posted. My losses. But I haven't really posted the time I've lost 100 grand in a month. Do you know what I mean? Seriously, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Crazy, the Forex game. And crypto as well.
Yeah.
So technically another time with crypto, like I said, I've always been involved in crypto. Crypto dropped in 2019, I think it was, when Bitcoin dropped to about 3k, dropped really low. 2018, 2019.
So what have you had in your Bitcoin, Big Joe?
Yeah. So it dropped to half. So what I thought then is I knew it was going to go back up, right? But I did kind of gamble a little bit. So I knew it was going to go back up. So I would have been happy to just leave it there. I weren't panicking. I weren't panic selling. But I thought, I'm going to take just a little bit of dough out of it. And I bought all my dogs. And I also did a bit of dog breeding as well. But thinking about it, I did do very good from the dogs. But thinking about it, probably would have been better to keep it in. You with me?
Yeah.
And that's because I've been ripped off with the dogs by a lot of people. So like they'll take dogs on like co-owns or payment plans, and then they just fucking never pay. So swings and roundabouts. That's to say,
so you must have been doing like with
my money comes from everywhere. Like I have so many different.
You get your fingers in pies and different.
Yeah. But obviously, my main income, that was my come up, was Bitcoin and was the trading. And then now I've made money from that. Obviously, I've got my properties now.
Yeah.
Because when I was doing Forex, it is very risky. So now I don't need to risk that much because I can have him in stable income, in stable investments, and still make a shitload of money.
It's fucking. I mean, you've got to be on the ball. I mean, that stuff I wouldn't have a fucking clue.
You would if you researched.
Yeah,
I mean, you really wanted to.
And I hear people speaking about it, and I seen yourself, and I thought, is story be interesting? Do you know what I mean? And to get like your backstory of exactly how it come about and all that. But I wanted to speak to you about the conversation you had with your nana when you were spewing your job and all that.
Oh yeah. So when obviously I was doing the trading, and I remember going into work, and I remember Diggle, my mate Diggle. Big up Diggle if you're watching in it, because he's
what a name, Diggle.
He's the reason. It's his last name. He was the reason really why I quit my job. Because I remember I was at my desk, and obviously I just couldn't focus, bro. Because not like I was saying I've got ADHD. This explains it. I was just thinking in my head like, I made money yesterday.
Do I need to fucking be here?
Yeah. And I just couldn't focus. And when I can't focus, I just don't want to be there. And I was saying to Diggle, I was like, yo, I've been making money doing this. What do you reckon? And he's like, oh, just quit, man.
You just put it in your head, planted the seed.
He just said, bro, just quit. I swear to God, I just went, yeah. But I didn't want to go in. I didn't have the balls. I was only a young kid. I didn't have the balls to just go to the manager, the boss, and be like, I'm quitting in it. So I've thrown a sickie in it. So I pretended to be poorly. And then I just said, yo, I need to go home. Went home and I just texted him like, I'm not coming in tomorrow. I was only young though, so allow me.
What was it to your nan what you were saying?
So I was on the bus home. I was saying to my gran, I was like, because obviously I lived with my gran. I was like, Gran, I'm quitting my job. And I thought my gran was going to go fucking sick.
You living with your nan?
I mean? Yeah. I thought she was going to belt me. Right. So obviously I'm texting her on the way home and I'm like, oh, I'm quitting my job.
Was there no little icebreakers before?
Nah. So it's like, oh, I'm quitting my job. I'm going to make money from the internet. It was something along the lines, I'm quitting my job. I'm going to make money from the internet. I promise I'm going to make money, so don't be mad.
Don't be about you keeping all that.
She just replied, okay. But obviously that might have come across as like, that's quite a blunt answer. But my gran was kind of like that. It was hard to know whether she's in a bad mood or a good mood. Like she was quite a blunt character in a sense. But now it was fine, and I was fine. My gran was fine, and
things just started.
Obviously, that was like the start. I didn't just leave and I was making thousands. It might have been like my first month might have been like 600 quid, but enough to pay my gran some change, help her out with the shopping. And the next month might have been more. And then obviously got to the point, I'm still living at my gran's, got to the point where I might be doing like 4k months now maybe, which I think's a fucking decent amount of money from a young age. And then my brother came in. And I only remember vague points in it. I think he was looking for a job, or he had a job or something like that. No, he probably would have been looking for a job. And my mum said to him, go get a proper job. No, he said, sorry. And then my brother said he wants to do what I do. And my mum said, nah, you go and get a proper job. And then that was just a thing where it was like, how is she saying that when I've done 4k this month? Roughly here or there, obviously. And then that just drove me to do more. And then
it's that determination, the fire in your belly, which proven people wrong today by saying it's not a proper job, where you're saying them that type of money over, where some people might earn that in 2 months, and you're earning it in a fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but and then I moved out, and to be fair, I can even say this because my cousin's dead, so he probably can't get in trouble for whatever. But I used to stay in my cousin's flat that I don't know, may have got it for free. I don't know. But I just had to give my cousin like £200 a month. So the flat that I lived in was like free in a sense. You know what I mean? Like 200 quid's basically free. And whilst I was there, just a shitty little flat on the estate, I was doing like £5,000 months. And that sounds crazy to some people, why you would live in a shitty little flat on the estate for doing 5k a month. But that's why I was
sitting on your money.
Yeah, but I was just stacking, and then obviously then I started earning more. Then I started buying villas overseas.
But when you're building a team and that, and now, you were mentoring people as well. Was that right?
Yeah.
So,
but I stopped that because, bro, it's just, when you do something like that on the internet, right? It's just unappreciated. So, for example, like I have people that I can do a little clip now with you, and I can tell you what YouTube automation is. There'll be some donut sat in his mum's bedroom that will just go scam. Like, they just don't believe it. So I don't need anybody to join my mentorship program, right? I'm still going to make money.
Yeah.
So I'm not really bothered about building a team anymore. So I can just do it myself.
But so in the past, when you have...
in the past I used to. But just don't appreciate it.
Some people, they'll make a few quid, and then they'll just go, see you later, and that's it, or whatever.
Yeah, some people, I've made some people a lot of money. They'll still message me to this day, and they're grateful, they're appreciative, and they'll ask me for help, and I'll help them because just the way they approach me.
But there's some other people just like, but that's just general, innit? You know what I mean?
Especially like with the FX, you'll have people that could potentially lose 50 quid or 100 quid and then start saying scam. And I haven't told you what to do. I haven't put a gun to your head.
It's your decision.
Or forced you to do anything. Like, when I used to do mentorship, it was like, I'm investing in this. If you want to do it, go ahead. It's like if I say, Liverpool are going to get beat tonight, go whack some money on it if you fancy it. That's not my responsibility. You know the risks.
Yeah. We wouldn't mind if Liverpool got beat tonight, like, but it's only for
you know what I mean, though? So it's like I don't need to do this. I can't be asked with the aggro.
Yeah. I get it.
Because of the risks involved with obviously the FX, the trading. Whereas now, what I do now, the YouTube automation is a lot more low risk, but the returns are probably still the same.
Yeah.
Like, I can earn a good amount on YouTube without having to have my bad months. It's more like Forex is kind of like this. YouTube's kind of like this.
It stays at one level sort of thing.
Yeah, but goes up. Whereas FX is a roller coaster.
So YouTube automation, what is that?
So YouTube automation is running faceless channels. So
and what is a faceless channel? So
a channel that doesn't require a face on it.
Quite I thought there was something a lot more behind.
No, it's just a faceless channel. So basically, I've got a team, so a script writer, narrator, and video editor that can create me videos without me having to do it.
Right, okay.
So because I don't have to do it, it's automated, because I can just say, I need a video tomorrow morning. I don't need to do any work.
And so, whatever the video is.
Because I'm consistent, I can upload, boom, 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 boom. And if the quality videos, people are watching them, show it to the algorithm, I get views, I get money. So that's how it's an automated channel. Don't get me wrong, your channels like podcasts where my face is on it, your face is on it, is better. You are going to get views a lot easier.
Yeah.
But it's harder to stay consistent. If I told you got to do 10 videos a day, how hard would you find it?
Fucking hard, that, like. Yeah.
Exactly. So YouTube automation is a lot easier to just be consistent and then make money from the views.
Fucking hard.
So, and I got into that because I have had, there's things we've missed. So obviously when I was growing up as well, I had the YouTube channel filming rappers, didn't I?
Right,
I told you that.
No. Go ahead and tell us.
All right, yeah. So there's so I used to own a YouTube channel called Bars of Us TV.
Of which?
Bars of Us TV. It was called. Filming underground MCs, rappers.
Yeah.
You know, the likes of. There's loads of people, and you got Splinter from Nottingham, Marvin from Nottingham, K Don from Manchester. H asked me for a video one time. Before he was famous, obviously. Obviously, but it was...
And so you were going around and filming? And...
So obviously I started that, but again, consistency was a problem. I was a young kid. You know how hard it is to set this up.
Yeah.
I imagine having to travel from city to city so you can get the videos.
And if you're not driving or whatever.
I weren't driving, I was young. I think I did that probably when I was like...
And did that take off for you? Like?
It did okay. I think, do you know what I needed? I think I was younger and I could have needed some guidance of somebody to say, you need to stay consistent with this. Because I didn't.
Yeah.
But now, looking at the views to this day, some of them are like 300k views.
Fucking hell.
So look at that as a CPM now. If that was a $10 CPM, I would have made good money. But I think for music, I think you get like $4 CPM though, to be fair. But still would have been decent.
Yeah, fucking hell. Your coffee brand, Hamilton's Blend.
Another thing I forgot, yeah.
How did that come about?
That was a total flop, to be fair.
No, but you know,
the idea's
but
good,
listen,
though.
It was good. But I mean, what I found was like, you know, you were trying to compete with some of the biggest brands, though, weren't you? You know what I mean?
The price. I didn't really. It makes me proud though when I look back and I can be like, I know why that didn't work now because I'm older and wiser. I should have. Why was I trying to beat the biggest competitor's price? It's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Or you're not going to make no money. £1 a bag, you're not making nothing. Whereas if I did that now, the price would be probably like £10 a bag. Be dearer than Nescafe because it's a local business. It's quality. And it's better than Nescafe.
Yeah.
Nescafe don't sue me for defamation.
Yeah, so obviously it was one of them, but you know, you're big enough to what's name it where you said it didn't work, and you know where sometimes, you know,
But you know, since I've said this on podcasts about Hamilton's Blends, so many people have been like, brother, you need to bring it back out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So many people have said it, and it is tempting, but again, I don't really need the money, so the only reason I do it is to see if I can say I've said I can do it.
I brought it back together.
Like we were saying earlier, if I say I'm going to do something, I've got to do it. So that would probably be the only driving force for it, not really the money.
But at the moment, it's not something like
it's just not like at the moment. I'm just focusing on my houses in Egypt and stuff.
Well, I wanted to speak to you as well, Kez, about like, you know, the attack where somebody fucking, you know, stabbed you.
This one.
Yeah, where they stabbed you and that.
Right there, that apparently is not real.
Yeah,
is that real?
It is real. I can see the big Mars bar on your arm, the scar on your arm, and he stole your dog as well.
Yeah.
Was this while you were doing the dogs and that? Was it, or was it
just before? I'd say just before I started breeding the dogs. I'd say it was. But yeah, like, do you know that? Like, I'm kind of glad it happened to me. You know.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Fucking hell.
Like, because it kind of just makes you more street aware and that. Like, you just...
Do you think it was jealousy, people, you know, you were doing well for yourself?
Yeah, and no, but we actually, I'm going to say this on a podcast, that's another family member that's dead anyway. So, it was actually kind of like set up through an auntie of mine. I believe anyway. Because at the time, I'm going to say this on the podcast as well, I'm going to say the full story. So, at the time, obviously, I'm making money from... like my trading,
all your bits and bobs you've got going on.
Yeah, but it's hard to think for all the years, but mainly like that, my team, my mentorship, just a bit of everything. And my auntie was spreading like false rumours, basically telling people from these. She was a weirdo. Even the police knew she was a weirdo. And she was basically spreading rumours like my money is basically illegal and it's under my bed, and I've got a safe. Right?
Fucking hell!
Who the fuck is gonna keep money under the bed?
Someone in the films and that.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But she's crazy, obviously.
And these kids have got wind of it or something, or... So
I don't think she set it up, but I think she's just chatting shit to people.
Someone's got wind of it.
They got wind and they tried it, right? But the thing is, it was a false rumour. And when they've come in, they was like, where's the safe? And they're checking under my bed. So it's like the only person that has said that was my auntie. That is obviously... now dead, which obviously I don't wish. I'm not trying to talk bad about the dead in it, but she was she did have some problems in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the nicest way possible.
Yeah, no, listen, and you know, speaking about that, it's one of those where things can get blew out of what's name, and someone's just got wind of it, and listen. Maybe she's possibly not fucking done it to set you up, but...
She's died now, and I forgive her, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking no badness about the dead, but that is what happened. She was saying these rumours, they've come in and asked for something that she was saying.
Was there a couple of them that burst in, like...
Yeah, just two of them. And like I said, I'm glad it happened, because it just makes you more street aware. Like,
and you keep things close to you.
I was so fucking daft when
Naive, is it to say? Would you say you're
yeah,
naive?
like,
Because you were young.
yeah, young, like, and I didn't think I was naive at the time.
No, you don't.
When now I'm older and I'm wiser, you don't say, look, I've come here, there's no Rolex on. Think I'm coming run car with a Rolex on. Do you know what I'm saying though? Like, I'm more street aware now, and more streetwise.
Bunghall's not a bad place now, I'm only messing, but it's, no, but listen, you're on it and stuff like that, but...
Like, do you know, there's bad people in the world that want to take what you've got, and I'm more...
You've worked hard for...
all these little things where I'm saying, you know, I'm not glad my little girl was in the house when it happened, but what I am trying to... Hopefully, I'm bad with my words. What I'm trying to say is, it's made me more wise of the world we're in. And
that situation, what's happened, it's made you more aware of it. And
I don't wear my role is like when I'm coming to places I don't know and people I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You don't know it's a fucking setup or whatever. You don't know.
No, my Rolex was iced out. You know, I'm not 6'5" and built like flipping Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're just a walking lick if you wear an iced out rollers and things like that.
You see it all the time. It's in certain places.
I'm not being robbed.
Yeah.
And how I prevent that is by being streetwise. And that's what I'm saying. I'm glad some of these things have happened.
Yeah.
Just to protect myself, protect my family.
That's it, mate. So from there, you started buying property abroad and in the UK, is that right?
Yeah. That was like I made my big money with risk, and then when I've made my money, I think your first bit of money is always going to be a risky one, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you need to have something that's a risk. Maybe that it might be your first business is a risk, or a risky business, or whatever. But then when you've got money, you can afford to then put it into something that's less risk.
What was it like though, when you've made, say you've been working hard, doing everything that you've been doing, and there's profit there, and you see it? How did that make you feel, mate? How did that, like, you know?
Well, I'm gonna be real with you, yeah. I live the same life now as what I lived when I was making 5k a month. My life's completely the same. Because I live like I'm broke. I am broke.
Yeah.
And how I mean by that is people scratch their heads. It's like it goes over the head when I say I'm broke. I'm not one to be like, oh yeah.
You don't fucking like, I've got, throwing fucking cash all over you.
Yeah, I'm not.
Don't rub it in people's faces. There's a lot of people I've got fuck all, isn't there?
I buy assets. I'm skint because I buy assets.
You're clever. So you're invested into property and these type of things which hold values or whatever.
My mate rang me the other day, and he's again, like, he said to me, he goes, Kez, he goes, are you a millionaire, bro? And I was like, not really, not in my eyes, no. Because to me, a millionaire to me is someone that has got multi-millions. For me, Google's definition of a millionaire is, do you have over $1 million in assets? Yeah, I do. But I'm fucking skint. Because I have those things, I am always investing. Like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do get it.
But I feel like some people don't get it. It's like, what do you mean you got over $1 million assets, but you're saying you broke?
Or people say to, I wouldn't mind being a pound behind you or something stupid. Past comments like that, and you know what I mean?
I just invested. I don't really spend stupid money.
You use your head and invest it into bricks and mortar. Like, that's what everyone says.
Every time I make money, it's like, right, am I buying crypto this month, or am I buying a house, or am I buying stocks? Like, what am I doing with it? It's not, which car do I get? Which clothes do I go buy? It's none of that anymore because I'm wiser now.
But was it like that, a little?
Don't get wrong, I think it was probably a year where I probably splashed out a bit.
How did that make you feel doing that though? Did it fucking...
Nothing, bro. It's just...
Really?
Yeah, like, it was just normal. I get the same feeling going on Shein and spending £3. I do. Like, it's just... It's just another t-shirt with another brand on it, innit?
Yeah.
Like, it don't really... Now I'm older. It don't fascinate me. It don't hit the same. When I was younger, it was
a little bit of what's in.
A little bit, but nothing.
But now you're wiser, you know. So
I weren't even that bothered. I think it was one of my old friends. He was like the first person that kind of got me into designer, which I understand it in a sense. So, and this is because the internet is fucking backwards. But basically, I used to buy like regatta fleeces and stuff like that, £7 in that, when I was earning 5k a month, buying £7 fleeces. And then my mate was buying like Gucci and all that. And he was like, "Oh, buy some." I was like, "Bro, I'm not asked about it, innit? Like, I'm sweet. I like these." And he's like, "Nah, yeah, but you look good on Instagram and that." And I was young, and then he kind of, I weren't really being a sheep. He kind of just like worn off for me in a sense where, like, "Oh yeah, it's nice that." Yeah. But I weren't really asked about it. And it's like, "Oh, you look good on Instagram. You basically,
that thing, is it, with social media?
You're showing your authenticity because you can go spend 5 ton on a polo." And it was because I could go that and I could snap the fucking receipt, and it was just young, stupid and arrogant.
Yeah.
Now I'm older.
Wiser.
I don't care. This was free, bro. Free off Shein. Shoes, TikTok shop. Swear down, like I don't spend money anymore. I'd rather buy houses now.
Listen, you got a fucking head on your shoulders and you're using it right, where, like you say, you can get caught up in that.
And you know what, like, I feel like as well, I think, like, listen, I'm no role model in it. Don't be expecting me to be a role model. Like, but at the same time, if there is people that think back then, "Oh, I want to be like him, look at him, he's got Gucci polos and da-da-da-da." Because don't get me wrong, these people that message me and be like, "Oh yeah, you inspire me, da-da-da-da." And I feel bad because I was inspiring him to be a flipping donut. If you think going buying a Gucci polos all that, nah, man, just buy something off Shein and look after your family and buy.
And then whatever you're going to spend on that, investing in something. But,
yeah. So like, if there is people that do inspire now or whatever, I'd rather just say, listen, don't buy a designer. Just go and
invest it in something that you're going to decent return on and whatever.
Yeah. Because design is just a waste of fucking money.
Yeah.
I was looking in my wardrobe a couple of days ago actually, and I was actually saying to myself, like, LV shoes, I've worn them twice, paid £2,000 for them years ago now.
Yeah.
Another pair of LV, £2,000 again, £4,000. I said to her, "Do you know what?" I said, "I reckon I could sell everything in here that I don't even wear and buy another gaff in Egypt." That's crazy, innit? When you think about that. Yeah, seriously. So I'm actually thinking about just selling it. I don't use it, I don't wear it.
And these places in Egypt and abroad, what are we talking? What are they, like, you know, is the decent?
Bro, you can buy them for 0% deposit, right?
Yeah.
No deposit, no credit check, no mortgage, no checks, and pay monthly over like 3 years. So you can buy a place in Egypt.
And what did he? Is it like
for like £700 a month?
Got a pool?
Yeah, £700 a month. You got a pool, gym, sauna, everything. That's crazy.
That sounds crazy.
That sounds like a scam, that, doesn't it? It sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. That is how Google it, and that is like, so many people go, "Oh yeah, it sounds like a scam." That Google it, like the schemes in Egypt.
I want to come to you and fucking see.
It's mad, isn't it?
Buy a gaff in Egypt.
I know it sounds too good to be true, but you either
you can put
them either believe what I'm saying and go back it up with what you see on Google, not yourself, just in general the audience. You can either believe me, go to Google and check it out, or don't believe me, and I'll just buy them all myself. I'm trying to help people here.
I said to me missus or my daughter that about the Egypt properties and stuff like that. You can put them on Airbnb and stuff, isn't it? And you can rent them out.
I'm buying as many as I can. I'm buying as many as I can.
And so if anyone in the UK wanted to buy a gaff in Egypt, fly to Egypt, it's what?
Don't you need to fly to Egypt? Send the money over to the estate agent in Egypt. They'll send you a contract out, you sign it, send it back, it's yours.
Yeah, but a lot of people are going to think, fucking hell.
Nah, they do.
Not sending some fucking kid in fucking Egypt who's probably going to go, because that's what people do think.
No, yeah. 100%.
So you want to go over and...
My own friend that knows me from the estate the other day, he said it on Facebook. He said, "What if I just send this money and an Egyptian fella just runs off with my money?" I said, "Brother, we're friends. Like, do you really think I would attach my own name to that? That would ruin me." Do you know what I mean? If I was referring people and people in Egypt are running off with people's money, I'd get slaughtered. I'd end up in jail. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Over there, you get your fucking...
That is what it is. There's a couple of my friends bought. I've got a group chat on WhatsApp now. So there's like 60 of us in a group chat.
They've all bought places over?
Not all of them. To be fair, there's only like 3 people have bought there.
But they're all interested. They're all interested.
They're all interested. But you know, you get a lot of time wasters. But if someone's got £700 to £1,000 spare a month, I can help them buy a house in Egypt, an apartment.
I'll speak to you after this then, mate, and see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, it's sick, innit? I swear, man, it's sick. So I'm going over there in Jan to furnish mine. Got to furnish one of mine, get ready for Airbnb.
Ben, we're going over to meet you. Stay to it.
Sleep on the couch.
But so,
you're probably thinking, well, fuck your rent prices.
no, but listen, that's why I wanted to get you on, because I come across you and you were speaking about this, and I thought it's dead interesting. Where young people of today, you know, they can either people do different things with the money, but then when I was watching it, I was seeing it, and I thought, I'm going to speak to him about this, and is it too good to be true? And I'm going to be honest with you, I was thinking, is it too good to be true? And
I get it, but I get it all the time. Obviously, the way me and you chat now, it's more of a respectful way. Like, is it too good to be true? Because then I'll tell you, online, it's not really like that. It's just scam on the comments. Do you know what I'm saying?
Block households.
Yeah. But do you know, if anyone just messages me, they'll get a normal reply. I'll chat to them. They can speak to me on the phone. I'll help anyone if they approach me in the right way. But sometimes you just get absolutely...
People who's just giving you shit and that, and you're thinking, hang on a minute. You know what I mean?
Like I had one guy the other day, I just blocked him because I didn't block him for a long time because he was a bit like hot and cold. Like sometimes he'd be like normal and then sometimes he'd be a bit weird. So he's saying whatever about these
conversation and that flowing.
These gaffs in Egypt, and I was like, can you show me your contracts? So I was showing him my contracts for my own houses in Egypt. Just I can show you. I can show you after this. And then he messaged me like, oh yeah, show me your bank. Okay, but you don't really make over 50 grand a month, do you? Show me your bank statements. Like, you've just said that the contracts are fake. When I show you my bank statement, what are you going to say that's fake too? It's fabricated. So I just blocked him.
Oh, fuck that.
It's weirdos. Like, do you know what I say to everyone? I say, if you don't believe what I say I have, go and rent one. Go rent it, put some money in my pocket. You can go on Airbnb and rent my property.
Yeah.
So
we use Airbnb all the time. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I do have the credentials to back it up.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting, and people out there can obviously look into it and,
have a quick drink.
Yeah, come on, mate, help yourself. So from there, have you just bought more properties, or is it other parts of the world that you've bought other properties as well?
I'm looking into Hungary next.
Really?
You look more thirsty right now.
No.
That's our proper dad joke.
Yeah, it was a dad joke.
Easy to make that.
Yeah. But no, it's like I say, with property, that's where, it's a big thing.
Have you saw that meme where it goes, ants are controlled by lines? Have you ever saw it? You ever saw the video?
Mm-mm.
So they get loads of ants and they put black circles all around them. The ants don't cross over that black circle. It's like they only know what's going on in that circle. Now, if you see what's happening in the world right now, the countries, imagine them are lines. So people don't realise, like again in Egypt, by the sounds of it, you didn't know about Egypt until I told you. Whoever told you in Hungary you could buy an house for 5k? Does that sound too good to be true as well? It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I know it does, but you can. So I was going to buy a farm the other day. I think I had 2 houses. An acre of land,
all in one,
like a little farm.
Yeah,
an acre of land for 5k. Now the houses needed ripping down. There was shit. Do you know what I mean? But you can put a caravan on there, like a static caravan, and just start building your house in Hungary. That is the prices, but people are like the ants. It's like they don't know what's going on outside of the UK.
They only know what's going on in that circle.
They only know what's in the UK. There's so many opportunities out of the UK. And that's why things may sound too good to be true. A farm in Hungary with 2 houses that you can put a static caravan on, it does sound too good to be true. But anything I say before anybody comments, just Google it first.
It's all there to see.
It's all there. You don't have to listen to me. Go listen to someone else. I'm just telling you what I'm doing.
Yeah. So was it, from there, I want to touch on the TV show, Rich Kids Go Homeless. What was that experience like?
Humbling. Humbling, but it's a TV show as well, in a sense where I feel like they painted me out in a bad way. So I didn't really like it in that sense. Because
the editor did the fucking made you out to be like a fucking...
Yeah, they made me out to be a bit of a knobhead. So how it's done on TV is they'll ask you a question, and if you don't answer it the way they like you to, they don't tell you what to say, but they'll ask it again, and they'll make the question deeper until they answer it the right way, so they can use that. Do you get that?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, they'll be like, so when that guy pulled the knife out at the end, they went, what would you have done if he would have stabbed you? And I was like, well, not really much I could have done. They didn't like that answer. So then they go, what would you do? No, not what would you do, because I'd be able to do nothing if that's a question. This is obviously just off the top of my head, like an example. And it was something like, but what about if your little girl didn't have a dad because of it? And then I might have said something and they didn't really like that answer. So then they got to make the question deeper until you give a proper deep reply.
And then they can work with that and
you
just
get me?
fucking...
So that's why I didn't really like it. But obviously a lot of people go, well, is it fake? That no, it's real. Just the editing sometimes can portray you in a bad way, but that's not... Don't mean it's fake. I said what I said. It came out my mouth. But you can paint a picture of how something's edited.
We were talking about this before.
You could probably make me look like a knobhead on here.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You could though if you wanted to.
But but you know what? You find that with like a lot of people who've actually been on TV, and they do say sometimes the way they've done that, or they've edited it there, or they've cut it there, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. So, but it was a good experience. It was a humbling experience.
Was there many episodes it was over, if I remember? Was it
no, it's just one episode.
Just one episode, was it?
There's a few other. I think I was the second one, or I was the first. I might have been the second person to go on that show.
And it was just like, I wouldn't do that again, like, you know what I mean?
Nah, I probably would, but something a bit more, something that shows more authenticity of me. Because this is why I quite like doing podcasts at the moment. Because I feel like when I'm just chatting to someone, I feel like I can be me. Whereas sometimes on videos and stuff like that, I'm actually being a knobhead on purpose because it gets views.
Yeah.
I don't get views being authentic. That's not how...
You're being yourself. This is the real Kez, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and obviously anyone that's watched this long enough, I'd rather them people kind of know the good people. I was like, okay, yeah, when he's being him, he's being Kez, and when he's being Kez the Guru, he's being a knobhead for views. Because I just know how to work the internet, like when I did that Just Eat publicity stunt. Those people still comment on that.
So what was the score with the Just Eat?
So obviously, like, I have bad hate on, like, things and stuff like, you know what, I'm just going to use and abuse them. So I was just like, I thought
it went viral, didn't it?
Yeah, viral. Like 10 million views across all platforms. So I just used it to my advantage. I knew that people would love to see me broke. They would love it. And I don't know why, because I can help you. But that's what people would love to see. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to pretend I'm a Just Eat driver. But my cousin does Just Eat. So I just borrowed his outfits and that. And
what was the score? So how did it pan out? It
did better than I thought it was going to. So I just put my Just Eat jacket on in a bag, went to my cousin's, and then we just did like a little skit of, she was like, oh, you were Just Eat driving or something, and I just start throwing food at her, and that it just went viral. Like, easiest way I've ever gone viral in my life.
And what did it go viral on YouTube, TikTok,
TikTok and Instagram. And then I carried it on as well for days.
Did you go and do different?
Yeah, I do it, just carrying it on as if like I'm getting in trouble for it. I'm getting
How's he not getting set? What was the comments like? And
all sorts, like, but it was boosting the views on all of my videos because people are watching that. I then go into my videos of me talking about houses in Egypt, and they're going, this guy's got no gaffs in Egypt, he's a Just Eat driver. So obviously I'm just sat behind the phone.
That's the internet for you though, isn't it?
But obviously, like, I know how to work the internet. Like, if I wanted views and I wanted you to see me, I could make you see me. Yeah. Because hate gets comments.
It's mad because, that's the thing about social media. It's good. I've said this on 6 or 7 of the last episodes. Social media is fucking bananas. It's bonkers.
All right, so the next one after that would have been funny, but I think it's too far. Yeah, right. I'm just going to tell people, because it's funny just telling you about the idea.
Yeah, go on.
Rather than it was too far to actually do the next publicity stunt. So the next one after that, when I was thinking one, would to be, I write like a breakup post with my girlfriend. She writes a breakup post about me. And then there's a video that someone posted on TikTok of me in a dog cage barking, right? And then it goes, this is why Kez the Guru's bird split up with him. Like, so many people.
That stuff breaks the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
so many people would comment on that, like, what a fucking weirdo. But, but obviously, we're not going to do it because I think it's a bit too far.
That is outrageous.
But it would be funny though.
But
everyone would comment on that and be like,
but people are watching. People go, yeah, they click on it. Bang, there's one view. There's two.
Yeah,
and that just starts.
And then they'll comment and go in, always knew this guy was a weirdo. What a weird, because that's like what them, is it called dominatrix?
Dominatrix, yeah.
That's the kind of shit they do, innit? So if I got exposed for that, which is, it would just go viral. But obviously, I'd be playing people. But then obviously, I'd then do another video, like, haha, you think you got me, And then, I could well play the internet if I wanted to.
It's man, we had a dominatrix on the other week as well, actually, funny enough.
Easy.
But yeah, so it just went viral, yeah.
Like, education, let's say that what I just told you about how easy Egypt is and you can make money put on Airbnb, that is not going to go viral. Because people don't care about making money.
People want outrageous stuff.
They have fun by insulting people.
Or seeing people do not better than
bad.
them and whatever,
so
you know what I mean?
Education don't go viral, but things that people hate or they want to hate on, that's the kind of stuff that goes viral, which is absolutely backwards. And I don't know if this is true or if it's a rumour, but in China, the algorithm, again, don't know if it's true, just what I've heard. In China, the algorithm favours educational videos.
It's what?
China algorithm on social medias, I think it's just TikTok, maybe, it might be the other ones, not sure, favourites educational videos. So if I give you education on Egypt, that ain't going to go viral. But in China, they want that kind of stuff. They want to pump that into their kids, all the education, because it's making them smarter.
That's why they are fucking probably smarter.
But if we scroll through our For You page, it's people who are doing daft shit.
So the kids, I mean, like the kids of today, Kez, like.
No, actually, that is. Did you say it's true? That
True, that, yeah.
Definitely true.
Yeah, so like they push more of the government.
Education and that, innit?
Education, fitness, and obviously they push like the Olympics and stuff, don't they? And obviously in America and England, it's just that.
Mad, that, innit? Crazy.
But when you look at it though, from that outset, from that country, why couldn't it be implemented in this country? And you'd see
they must want the kids to be flicking doing TikTok dances.
Well, that's what I was going to say to you now. The kids of today, and listen, no disrespect to anybody who earns money, decent money from it, because at the end of the day, that's what's paying. And but you'll get kids now when they go to see a careers officer, I'm going to be a fucking TikToker or whatever. No disrespect to anyone who.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I think there's a different kind of TikToker that is like, what are you doing? And you're making money. So, for example,
some people are brilliant at what they do on, selling stuff or on Instagram and whatever. They're selling stuff.
Have you saw them people that basically just want to get viral, go on live on TikTok, and then beg loads of gifts off people? I think that's like, you may as well just go stand outside, flipping Manchester Arndale and beg for money if you're doing that. I don't really agree with that. Why are you begging for gifts? Like, but people that are making money by doing,
they've got a business on there. Say they've got a good business.
Content. I think go for it. Do you know what I mean?
And you get some people on there who do, like, they've got a business
TikTok
or they've got a good product. Say, for instance, you know what I love seeing is people who've started from the very bottom, who've had fucking nothing, and then they've built this brand up. It's like when they go on Dragon's Den or something and they go with this product or this business idea, and they go, and you can see them on the edge of the seats and they're all going, I'll make you an offer or whatever. But when you see someone's on the internet, whether it be on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, you want to see people do well, you know what I mean? Building a brand and building the business, you know what I mean?
What makes me proud as well is like, not like there's anything wrong with someone just making it, but I like seeing like ex-drug abusers and stuff do well for themselves.
Yeah,
I love it. Like, not that it's any better. Two people have done well for themselves, but to overcome something like drug abuse, something like that, and then make something yourself, I love that, mate.
Yeah, because
that's a sick
you know what?
story.
Because you know how hard it is in society where people have been, loads of people are quick to knock people down. And when you see people who've been there, I've had like drink, drugs, physical, mental, sexual abuse, stuff like that, where you go, and it couldn't get any worse. And then you say, I've put my big boots on here now, put my feet in the mud, I'm going to show people. And they go and they make sort of themselves where people didn't give them the fucking time of day because they thought they were either, they were off their heads or whatever, and they don't really give a shit about them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a beautiful story when someone does something like that, when they make something of themselves like that.
Yeah. So what's life like today for you? You still smashed?
Doing up dad life all the time.
Yeah.
Again, like, I'm always busy. So like a question on the other podcast, which I think clear up on someone else's podcast, I'm busy every day, right? But every day I'm with my children. So it is, everything I'm doing is for them, but I'm also with them every day. So I don't really have time to really socialise because I don't go United anymore.
You don't go watch Man United no more.
So it's hard.
I think that's not a bad thing for yourself. Like for us, I can't say no because I support Everton, but
it's just like every day. Like my typical day, it's like my missus keeps doing. Why don't you do a day in the life? Why don't you do a day in the life for some content? It's like I don't fucking do anything. Like I wake up in the morning, do what I need to do, spend time with the kids, do a bit of work on my phone or my laptop, and mainly like phone calls and stuff like that. Busy, but I'm always with my children. But yeah, I don't really do much, man.
Well, that's it. You're where you're at now.
But just like I don't do much. Everything just seems to take all day. Like,
there's not enough hours in the day. You mean?
Yeah, just not enough hours in the day. Like I feel like my to-do list is always long, and it's just struggle to get through it every day. But it's not like work. Like I don't go to work or do anything. It's like little bits of.
You can do it from your phone or your laptop.
Tidy the garage, go to the tip, go Tesco's, get an haircut, spend time with the kids, spend time with the missus.
Family life.
Sort the dogs out, take dogs for a groom, just all that stuff is just busyness.
You're busy, man.
But it's nothing, it's like little things. So I don't understand how people have like a normal job.
Yeah.
Because I struggle to do all of them little things.
But that's what I'm saying, the job that you do, where someone who does get up and go to work, who works in a warehouse and stuff, and then they have kids and stuff like that.
It's crazy. Hats off to him, innit?
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah,
because I'd struggle having a job and having to do all the little things I need to do. So hats off to anyone that does manage to juggle all that, because I struggle with it.
Yeah. So what's in the pipeline for Kez the Guru?
More houses now. More houses. I've been saying this for years, to be fair, but I'm good at cooking. I would love to open a place, but I then feel like if I opened a place and it became work, I wouldn't like it. But yeah, that's nowhere.
An investment? Would it be an investment or? Maybe,
but I don't know. It's hard to decide. Again, I did like a YouTube cooking channel, and that's basically what started the automation, because I could see, look, this is taking my time up. The rap channel took my time up. The dog channel, the dog YouTube channel, that took my time. But all of these could get views, so I know how to work it and how to work the algorithm. So then it was like, what can I do that doesn't require much time? I'm going to do a channel that doesn't require me to do the videos.
Yeah.
And then it just took off from there. Started one channel, went to another channel, went to another channel, and then now I have multiple channels that bring a revenue in each month. And then, yeah, that's basically how it started.
And that's
from the profit from them just buys more houses and places in Egypt. So it's just like a cycle. It's just a cycle.
So you know what you want to do. You want to invest in more property and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think property is one of those things where, like, it's there, it's solid. Do you know what I mean? My money's safe. My money's growing. Also, I've had it in the past where banks have froze my account for months on end. Not that months, probably like a month, whilst they do checks on my account and then they unfreeze it. But I've had it happen to me like 6 times. Obviously, because it's a lot of money coming in and then going out. They've always got a freeze in for anti-money laundering checks.
Yeah, they could see what's going on.
But I pass them every single time because my bank's fine. Do you know what I mean?
And, you're not up to no good.
It's just annoying. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
So I don't like having my money in banks like in property where my money's there. It's not frozen. I can see it. When the banks freeze your money, it's like you don't have it. So,
and you've got no access to it. But listen, Kez, I want to just say thank you for coming along tonight, should I say, and you know, sharing your story on The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. It's been really
pleasure.
interesting, and I hope some people come across this episode and they take a lot from it. And how can anyone contact you if they ever socials and stuff?
Instagram @trading, TikTok Kez The Guru. Yeah, it's pretty much them.
Listen, mate, it's been really interesting, and I want to just say thanks very much for sharing The Good, the Bad and the Ugly.
You're welcome,
Nice one, mate. Thank you.